This is Harun Mosque, a Muslim cemetery on Charing Krung 36 Road in Thailand. Not only does it serve as a burial site for the deceased in the community, but it is also the final resting place of refugees who died in Thailand during their years in detention. The refugees came from the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region in northwest China, which is approximately 3,500 kilometers from Bangkok. Aziz Abdullah, aged 49, became the first victim this year, tragically passing away before he could embark on his desired journey to begin a new life. 2 months later, another Uyghur refugee, 40-year-old Matoti Matterson, died. They had both been detained in Thailand since March 2014. Essentially, when someone dies while in state custody, society usually wants to know the truth in order to address any allegations of abusive actions by officials. But when the deceased are Uyghurs, few Thais pay attention. The Uyghur have been on the international agenda for many years. Their fate is the result of a 21st century genocide policy. The persecutor is China, a powerful nation. Before the unification of China, vast lands in the northwest were inhabited by the Uyghurs. They are ethnic Turks who've lived on that land for at least 2,000 years. Until the 18th century, the Qing dynasty had annexed Uyghur territories and established the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Unlike most of China's Han population, the Uyghurs speak their own language, which belongs to the Turkic family. They are Muslims and share more ethnic bonds with Turks in Central Asia than the Chinese. The idea of Islamic reunification and the fall of the Soviet Union, followed by the separation of ethnic Turks, increased China's sense of insecurity. This led to the implementation of measures to prevent Uyghur secession. China's control efforts led to a crackdown on opposition leaders, which turned violent in 2009-2010. As a result, the Chinese government implemented stricter controls in the region. The Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region is now heavily populated with officials, surveillance cameras, and facial recognition systems, all aimed at monitoring the activities of the Uyghur population. The Chinese government makes significant effort to maintain peace and exert control over various aspects of life in the region. Covering an expansive area of 1.6 million square kilometers, the Xinjiang Uyghur region is abundant in oil and natural gas resources. Additionally, it serves as a crucial gateway to international destinations within China's One Belt, One Road project. Given the strategic importance of this region, the Chinese government is determined to maintain control over it. In pursuit of this objective, the Chinese government has implemented policies that not only impede the separation of the Uyghur population, but also involve the deliberate settlement of Han Chinese individuals in the region. This influx of Han Chinese residents aims to dilute the proportion of the Uyghur population within the area. One of the most egregious actions taken by the Chinese government involves the establishment of camps under the guise of anti-terrorism measures. These facilities, however, bear a stark resemblance to concentration camps in their nature and operations. Millions of Uyghurs are involuntarily detained. The Chinese government tried to erase the identity of the Uyghurs by forcing them to speak Mandarin instead. They face penalties for growing a beard or wearing a Muslim headscarf. They were also subjected to forced labor. Leaked documents indicate an attempted genocide, because many Uyghurs have been forcibly sterilized. Life without security has forced many Uyghurs to flee China. Abdullah and Matterson chose to come to Thailand. Unfortunately, Thailand is not a safe haven for refugees. Ideally, under the 1951 Refugee Convention, states must accept and provide assistance to refugees unconditionally. They must not be sent back to their country of origin as long as the situation there remains unstable. Thailand is not, however, a party to the convention. As a result, people entering the country seeking asylum are simply considered illegal immigrants. While the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, or UNHCR, operates in Thailand to provide assistance to refugees, it's important to note that not everyone receives adequate protection and support. Many end up in the same way as the Uyghurs in the internment camps. They're detained in immigration detention centres without any rights. Actually, they don't intend to stay in Thailand. It's just a gateway to Malaysia or Turkey, countries which welcome the Uyghurs. The time some Uyghurs are imprisoned in Thailand extends from days to weeks, from weeks to months, and from months to years. Today, over 50 Uyghurs are still in detention without knowing when they'll be freed. They're held together with other illegal immigrants in confined spaces with poor ventilation. There's also a shortage of food, medicines, and other medical care. Life's quality in detention is so poor that many fall ill. In Abdullah's case, he coughed and vomited blood before losing consciousness. The autopsy determined that the cause of death was pneumonia, while Mattison died from liver failure. Abdullah and Mattison are the two Uyghurs who have died this year so far. But since 2018, 5 Uyghur refugees have died while in detention in Thailand. Their deaths reflect the harsh conditions and lack of care that Thailand has provided. There's still no clear answer from the relevant authorities about the continuing deaths of the Uyghurs. In the past, human rights organizations have demanded that doctors be sent to take care of detained refugees. Worse than the deplorable environment is the deportation of refugees back to China. In 2015, the Thai government deported 109 male Uyghur refugees back to China, handcuffed and veiled. This action drew condemnation from the international community. Soon after, there was a bomb blast at a Hindu shrine in central Bangkok, killing both Thais and Chinese tourists. Adem Karadag and Yusuf Mir Riley, both identified as Uyghurs, have been charged. To date, the case is still pending, and the 2 defendants are still in detention. This is the fate of Uyghur refugees in Thailand. Regardless of the reason they enter Thailand, they are still being detained. Thailand does not know for how long it will detain the Uyghurs due to its conflicting policies. They try not to offend China while avoiding condemnation from the international community. What is important is that under such harsh conditions, Mattison may not be the last victim.
If you want to see more great content from all over the world, please like the video, subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you.